doing it. You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
The Kid L
Zaire
podcast.
is in the building. How are you doing today?
What's up? I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. It's not every day that you look at somebody's music charts and their analytics and you got 3.5 million streams on your song. Appreciate Me,
Mm-hmm.
right? How did it feel to get to that number?
It felt good, actually, because I was like, wait a minute. I was just checking my streams on DistroKid. And when I went to go look, I was like, is this number real? Like, it was crazy. So I felt really happy because that's what I want. I want my music for everybody to hear it and for it to go global. So
Did you do any marketing or push behind it, or was it all just natural?
it was all natural to me. I felt like I could have done better marketing for sure. But hey,
So without that much of a push, it did 3.5 million.
Yeah.
That's insane. Where are you from?
I'm from Pontiac, Michigan.
Pontiac in the building. Is it still? Do people still call it the Yak, or is that like over with now?
Yes, I've never said the yak, but yes.
I never thought of it as like a nice, like kind of. I thought Yak sounds kind of like you threw up or something. Like, I don't know. It didn't sound too nice.
Yeah, I don't get it, but hey.
I had a lot of friends growing up from Pontiac, but they have a little bit of a music scene in there, right? Like that little bit of a strip where there's like a little bit of live performances going on, and they had like a place called Experimentation, which kind of hosted open mics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So do you hear music around there? Or do you like go to the venues around there?
Well, downtown Pontiac is where I really know where they have shows and all the the music is at. Crowfoot.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, Crowfoot's legendary. A lot of people come from out of the country and out of the states to come perform there, even though it's just like a small little intimate venue. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Have you performed there before?
Yep.
What was the reaction like?
It was really good. I had fun. People seemed to like my, performance. So I think it went well.
What was it like growing up in Pontiac?
Ooh, it's a very small city. So everybody knows everybody. So I feel like it was, I don't know, it was okay. I'm ready to get out of here, but I love Pontiac, but it's just, I feel like I'm ready to just blossom and get away.
When did you start getting into music?
I actually started in church, so I've been singing my whole life. So I wanted to do music roughly around when I was 14. So my dad used to take us to the studio all the time. I was actually in a girl group with my sister and my cousin. So I am the one that kind of like, okay, I want to stick with it. They were like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. I was like, okay, I'm going to stick to it. So here I am.
What was the first moment you got into like a recording studio?
Sorry, say that one more time.
Like when did you get into like a recording studio? Like when did you actually were like, all right, let's take this seriously now and get some songs out?
Well, I recorded my first song when I was 14. So I like it, but I'm not going to ever put it out. But that's when I recorded my first song when I was 14.
Was it a real studio or did you makeshift? Okay, cool.
Yep.
What studio was it?
It was downtown Pontiac, one of my dad's friends.
Okay.
So it's called Blue something. I can't remember the name for the life of me, but yeah, he actually passed, so he's not here anymore. So
when did you start taking it seriously to the point where you were comfortable enough to start releasing the music?
In 2019, after I graduated high school.
What was the response like when you started putting out music?
It was very good. Like Pontiac was really supportive. I can't give them that. They were very supportive. So when I put my music out, they was sharing it and just loving it, sending me videos of them singing the song. So yeah.
That's cool as hell. Okay, so do you ever remember posting something or putting a song up? What was the first song that you saw that actually got massive reciprocation enough for you to like know you have something enough to push forward?
Savage.
Okay.
Savage. Yeah, that got a good reaction. Everybody loves that song.
And like so what was your marketing strategy to get people to hear your song? Did you just like have an Instagram account and YouTube and just like upload it, or did you actually like know where to go and where to put it and how to market it?
Well, I use Instagram. So you know how Instagram you can promote your clips and stuff like that. So I really utilize that. Like you have to invest in yourself. So I put money behind my video and people start gravitating to it. So
ads work, everybody.
They actually really do. People look down upon, you bought an Instagram ad. Oh, well. So I'm going to invest in myself. Everybody is putting money behind their record. Yeah. So that's how you get the record out there. You have to have the money. So yeah.
Yeah, especially when the ad is something good, right? Like if it's an ad and it's like some good music being played, you're like, okay, that's cool. I think it's like a lot of people put ads and the music's horrendous. It's like, damn, son, you really just wasted like $300 right now on some bullshit, not going nowhere ass song. God damn. No, but you have a very interesting style, and I think it's very diverse. How did you develop your style? How did you develop the way that you put your music together?
Well, by listening, first of all, I've started listening to other artists, and I took from different people, and it became my own. Like, I really love Aaliyah, and I love Beyonce, and yeah, that's really it. Aaliyah is the number one. I love her.
Aaliyah is like, one of the most talked about, right? Talk about Aaliyah for a minute. What's the inspiration from her like?
From her style to how she carried herself and just like her energy. Like, my mom doesn't even know how I know who she is. I wasn't born yet by the time she passed away. So when I latched on to her, it was through YouTube. Like, she's still living on till today, but that's how I found her, on the internet, YouTube. So it's like, oh, okay. So I gravitated towards her, kept listening to her music, and yeah, I really like her.
Did you know she passed away while you were becoming a fan of her, or did you know before or after?
After.
You knew after you became a fan? Yeah, that same thing happened with Selena. I didn't figure out Selena died until I watched the movie. So I'm watching the movie, and I'm like, yeah, where's Selena been? And then at the end of the movie, she died. I was like, God damn. I did not know this whole time she got shot by her fucking manager. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. It is.
To have like an artist that you admire and then figure out they're not even like, they haven't even been here. You didn't even realize it. You know what I'm saying? She was
amazing.
So this track that you put out, you said, you kind of market it the same way, just kind of organically, right? Hitting 3.5 million. A lot of people don't know how to even get to the million or the first million. Is this the first time you've gotten to that number or even close to it?
Yes, that's the first time. So
what was the closest you got to before that, as far as views and streams are concerned?
Well, none of my other songs really gotten to that point, but on Instagram I did get, it's almost 100K views on my Savage snippet.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now you're a mother, right?
Yes.
How has that interfered, as I like to put it, with entertainment?
I would say it interfered as you have to sacrifice. You can't be everywhere networking all the time. But it's not bad as people make it seem. It is. I had to really realize that too. Being a mother does not stop you. You just have to find the time to do things that you want to do, as far as like networking, shooting a music video, going to the studio. You have to make the time. It's doable.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Yeah.
When you say it, but I can't imagine actually doing it.
Really?
Did it take a while to figure out the balance, or was it just natural to you?
Oh yes, I was a mess after I had my daughter. I was like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna do this? But it's important to have a village. So my mom and dad are very, very involved with Ava. So
yeah, that's cool. So you have like a whole supporting cast to make sure that you can take time to figure out entertainment.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to being independent and working on your own, who are some people that you have networked with and have worked with that have kind of either mentored you or kind of showed you how to strategize and how to put yourself out there as an artist?
Well, first, I got choked up. Okay, so the people that mentored me, for one, Lyrique, he's one of my producers. He's very known in the business. He's worked with a few people. I would say my uncle, Julian, my manager. And I've also connected with some people in the industry like Big Trill. They've kind of taught me how to, just keep putting your music out there, put your face out there, keep singing, whatever it is, just keep posting. So, yeah.
So they're helping you to strategize like on the social media and then kind of get your face known and everything like that.
Yeah.
Now you did a big show where Summer Walker was involved, right? And talk about that experience of being part of that.
Well, she wasn't involved, but I happened to. Well, I can tell you the backstory of how I even got to her. I had posted a picture of Jadakiss, and I told him happy birthday, and I didn't think he was going to respond or look at my page, but it was just like, oh, happy birthday to Jadakiss, because my dad likes his music. My parents are old school. So I posted, said happy birthday to him. He texted me back. And I looked at my phone and was like, what? He was like, what are you doing with your music? Thank you. What are you doing with your music? And I was like, well, I'm trying to put my face out there. I'm trying to get out there. I don't know. So he was like, I want to help you. I'm going to connect you with my partner, Jay. We call him Big Trill. And that's how I got to Summer, because he's actually on Summer's team as well, Big Trill. So he sent her the song and she liked it.
So Jadakiss hit you up and actually wanted to work with you. It wasn't just a response to the happy birthday. It was like, he wants to work with you.
He was like, thank you, but what are you doing with your music? I was like, oh, wow. Shoot.
Wow. So what did it mean to you to have that happen? Like to be in touch with him? Like you said, your family knows who he is and all that stuff.
It was bittersweet. It was like, okay, I can actually do this. Like, this is not a coincidence. Like, everything happens for a reason. This is a sign to keep going. Do not stop. So yeah, I was very excited.
Very, very cool. So how did that lead you into everything else with Summer Walker and all these other artists? Like, did you get to connect with them? Did you get to network with them more so?
Yes. So I actually got to connect with Summer. Fat Joe reached out. And it was another one. I can't think of them right now, but they told me that they were watching and to keep going. So, yeah.
So those big figures are like historic icons in hip hop right now. They're reaching out to you to motivate you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's pretty cool. So they've seen something. They just want to get in before you blow up, so they know. Like, yo, remember I said something to you before you blew up. I said some shit.
Well, hey, cool. Look, whatever way, I'm good with it.
How have you been able to balance your personal life with your artistry?
I would say, like I said, finding time management, finding time, because it does get hard. But I would say really be organized. Like, write things down, have a plan. Don't just go and do it because you're going to get overwhelmed. So that's how I balance it. I kind of just like try to write things down and make sure I'm organized.
Yeah, the organization's a huge thing. I think these days, even with rappers not writing their lyrics, but they also started to forget to write down their thoughts and ideas too, though. So that's like kind of important, because I think when you write stuff down, it kind of accesses a certain part of your brain that really helps you deliver your true thoughts and intentions, right?
Yeah.
We kind of forget that. I've been doing it lately. Like, I've been writing stuff down, like, after the day's over, like, what happened today? I guess they would call that like having a journal, but like, it kind of is important to see where you're at in life and how you really feel about life, right?
Yes.
How often are you doing that?
So I have a journal actually sitting on my desk, my studio desk at home. I have a studio at home. And I actually write down affirmations. I write down what I have to do for the day, what time, where I have to go. So that really helps me. I do that a lot every day, actually.
That's sick. No, I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Entertainment obviously comes with guys that are going to be flocking, right? And people who are going to be booking studio time just to meet you and all that stuff. How do you delegate handling men in the entertainment industry?
I actually had a few issues with men in the entertainment, like them wanting more, and I just want to work. But the way you navigate that is I always make sure now that I have somebody at the studio with me, no matter if it's my best friend, G, or my parents. Like, I make sure somebody's with me now, so we can just, like, it's just about the business.
Let's just get to work, right?
Yeah.
It must be difficult, right? Because you're trying to work, and then, like, let's say one of your friends can't pull up with you, and then you end up going to a studio that you really want to record at, and then you got to deal with the producer being like, damn, those lyrics are kind of wild. Is that how you feel? Like, you got to deal with all that bullshit.
Yeah.
That's, I think, the biggest, like, disadvantage women have is they can't just work as easily as men can work in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
So you said you just kind of balanced it out by having your friends aboard and everything like that.
Yeah. Like, make sure you have somebody with you. Yeah. As a woman, that's very important to just not go anywhere alone to begin with. But, yeah.
Yeah. Now, what's your kind of strategy right now? How are you planning to keep moving forward? Now, you said with the 3.5 million song, Appreciate Me, that you didn't really market it to its full potential, and which you could probably do greater, right?
Yeah.
So moving forward, do you have new strategies to how to market yourself and promote yourself?
I would say I wasn't really consistent with posting every day. So that's another strategy I'm going to start doing. Like, plan ahead, plan my content ahead. So, like, I can keep posting every day. And then while I'm posting those old videos, I can be making some more content. Then I put those out. Then next thing you look up, you got like 200 videos worth of content, pictures. Just plan ahead. That's my strategy.
Now, you also were on Auntie's House, correct?
Yes.
and I'm super, super interested in meeting them because is it actually an auntie there? Or like, how does that work?
Yes, there's actually an auntie, and there's cousins as well. So
That's cool. What's the auntie like?
I haven't met the auntie yet, but
Oh.
I've met the cousin, Paulie. Shout out to Paulie. He's my favorite cousin. So,
That's
yeah.
cool. That's cool. Did you perform and everything, and like, did you feel comfortable like on that, like doing something like that? Because I feel like it looks really homey, which is a cool kind of environment. It's kind of like a different concept instead of
Yeah.
like studio-ish or like kind of like really hectic environment. It's like your mom's house,
Yeah,
right? So what was like the experience overall?
I felt right at home. Like when I first got there, he talks to you. He makes you feel comfortable. He like, okay, y'all need something. You need something to drink. Like how you did when we first got here.
Yeah.
So I wasn't nervous at all with Paulie, with my cousin. So it was very fun.
Wait. Oh, so he's not your real cousin.
He's not my
He's
real
a-
cousin, but
he's-
he say, hey, cousin. Every time you see him under Instagram picture, he's saying, hey, cousin. Or
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Even with me right now, like when you're navigating through the scene and stuff like that, obviously the biggest difficulty is breaking out into the scene. Now, when you're from Pontiac, and do you look at the Detroit scene and go like, I want to break into that, or are you kind of looking at more at the mainstream? Like, how do you look at where you want to put yourself?
When you say mainstream, I really feel like Detroit, you have to get in good with Detroit. Detroit is like, that's your biggest fan base to me. But yes, I want to go mainstream for sure. But I do want to start tapping in more with Detroit and, getting my name out there around here.
Like building out with the city. Do you find a relation with Detroit, like as far as growing up and like identity a little bit? Do you find a relation with Detroit as far as their circumstances and maybe the circumstances you grew up in or anything like that? Or is there a relatability?
Yes, I have a ton of family out here as well, too, in Detroit. So just hearing their stories and what they've been through is similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do when you're not working on music?
Take care of my daughter, go to work. I actually have a job. But yes, that's what I do.
Yeah, because you got to fund yourself, right?
Yeah, I do. Yes. People look down upon artists having you're an artist, but you have a job. No, you should have a job as an artist to pay for what you have to pay for.
I don't think people look down at artists for having a job. I think people look down at artists that act like they're rich in their music videos and then they're working a 9-to-5 job at like Penn Station or something like that. That's
Right.
more when it's like, hey man, come on, hold on. It's like you were just talking about balling out in the Benz, but you're working at Penn Station. Nothing wrong with Penn Station, but
I agree.
you're kind of capping right now. So I don't think there's anything wrong with working as an artist. People are gonna talk shit regardless, but if the music's good, man, everything works out, right? You could say whatever the fuck, as long as the music's good, nobody gives a fuck what you're doing. That's one thing about Detroit is they like success.
Yep.
So everybody who's scared of Detroit and stuff like that, and being different and being like the oddball or whatever, if you're successful, they'll back you up, they'll support you.
No, for sure.
As long as you're not crossing the line of what being an oddball is, obviously.
Right.
Because you don't want to be too goofy in this motherfucker.
Oh, I'm super goofy, so
Yeah, but goofy in the way like type shit where like, just like too goofy, like too like, posting pictures like I'm gonna shave my head bald for no reason type shit, and
Oh,
just like
okay.
just for views and likes and all that shit. Like they're like, what the fuck would you do it for? You just did it for views and likes? Like that's
yeah.
doing stuff for clout, right? At the end of the day, could you ever see yourself doing something outside of your character but it benefits your career?
I recently just had this conversation. No, I can't see myself. I can't see myself doing that because at the end of the day, I have things that I believe in, and I don't know. I don't want to be looked at as, okay, she'll do anything to, get on or be top dog. No, I don't want to do that. I
Like
just
the
want to be myself.
Morals and ethics and who you are as a person need to stand strong. Like, you're not
For
gonna let
sure.
the entertainment industry twist you around
For sure.
and change who you are or anything like that.
Yeah.
Do you have any friends in the entertainment industry that you've seen succeed? Like people that you actually are involved with in their life?
No, but I have some that are coming up. They're doing really good.
Cool.
Yeah.
What are some artists that you look at right now from Detroit that you kind of admire a little bit, or even just look at and be like, I appreciate their sound or style?
Oh, okay. Shout out to Kayla Wan. Love her. I just love how she writes her songs, like how her delivery is amazing. And Asaka the Renegade. Dope. I actually have both of them on some records, and they did amazing. You guys are gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
Salk is a legend, man.
Yes, he is.
I seen him perform one time, and I was like, it was like an open. I don't remember what it was, but it was like a contest type thing, and he just came in and destroyed. I was like, bro, there's no question this guy's gonna win by the time.
He won. I know exactly what you're talking about too. Yeah, he won.
Mm-hmm.
And another one is Lauren Nicole.
Yeah.
So.
She does she sing?
Yes, she sings.
Cool. Yeah, there's a whole union of singers in Detroit right now that are kind of. There's some that are trying to collaborate, and then there's the separate entities too. It's interesting. Cash Doll made a story post saying she wants to work with every single popping female artist in Detroit right now.
Okay.
And that was really cool to hear because it's like, wow, finally somebody's saying like, let's do this together. Like let's all make something happen together instead of there kind of being like a match going on, like this person versus this person or who's gonna get it to the top first, right? Do you look at Cash Doll at all as an inspiration at all?
I was just gonna say that's why I like her because she's not a hater. She don't give me a hater vibes. Like she don't want to see other people win. She gives me I'm a girl's girl. Like let's all do this together. Yeah. Like I really really like her.
Yeah, me too.
She's cool.
Yeah, she's fired.
Yeah, she is.
She's been on this couch. You know that?
Yes,
yeah,
in this same spot. Hey, Cash Doll.
She's right there. Well, about time to get her back on this motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, there's a like good union happening. At first, there was kind of like a little bit, like I said, a competitive edge with women in the entertainment industry in Detroit because it was so little of them that it's like, okay, we have to fight for our spot, basically.
Yeah. And
now it's becoming more of like, you know, Pretty Brea and Vavanilla are working together and stuff like that and trying to create a union. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What's your dream and aspirations as far as how far you want to get in entertainment? Do you need to be a super millionaire?
Well, yeah, I just want to be, I ain't going to say comfortable, but yeah, you could put it like that. Everybody wants to be rich. So I'm going to be real and say, yep. Yep.
So you wouldn't be like, if they were like, all right, you're going to make $500,000 off music for the rest of your life, that wouldn't be enough for you?
No, that's not enough. I'm never satisfied. I think that's the key to succeeding too. Not being so content.
You're right.
So
absolutely. Do you is it easy to date while you're an entertainer? Or do you guys get jealous when you're trying to be in the entertainment industry and you're trying to date a guy? I would be uncomfortable if my girlfriend was a rapper or a singer. I'd be, man, whose studio are you going to tonight? Like, what's going on down there? Like, I gotta keep a ring camera in there to see what's going on at all times.
It is. I actually just don't even focus on dating. Like, actually, I don't date guys. So.
Oh, okay. So you like women?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
The guys, that's done. No. But I don't feel like it's hard. I'm not looking, actually, you know. So I'm good.
Is it so? When did you decide to date women?
I always knew. That sounds bad, but I always knew. I just never acted on it. So you know how you're young, you're like, okay, I'm a little curious.
Did you ever try to date guys?
Yeah.
And you just realized it wasn't for you?
It's not. It's not.
What do women bring that men don't bring?
They understand more, first of all. And I just like, it's certain things like, okay, I don't want to be too much, but like the sexual aspect too. It's not there for me.
What? Blasphemiliousness. That's crazy. So you're talking about just the experience isn't there for you with a man like it is with a woman.
Yeah, I'm not connected as I feel like I should be. Like, okay, first of all, I can go without having sex, period. Because I never had the connection, the real connection. But people like, sex is amazing. Okay, well, I guess I'll know once I get there, but I don't know.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, if there's no real, true, in tune connection with somebody, then the experience isn't as great, right?
Yeah,
it's almost just like you're doing this act, and it doesn't really resonate.
Pain,
yeah, that could be a word for it. Or just like distance, like where it's like, what the fuck, like this is not even worth my time. Why'd I drive all the way out here for this, like type of shit?
Yeah.
Did you date more men than women, or is it like equal? Like how many? What's like the ratio versus how many guys you gave a shot?
I've dated men, but my parents, we grew up in the church. So that type of thing is like, okay, not in my house, you know. So it's when I got older is when I was like, okay, I can be honest. I'm grown now. Let me tell my parents, let them know. So they were supportive.
They were supportive instantly. Cool, yeah. And then, yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I never thought about that. I thought about poly, where it's like having two girlfriends at the same time. I did think about having two girlfriends at the same time, but then I realized even having one was a headache. So I was like, God damn, I don't know if I want to add another one to this equation.
I don't get the logic.
You know what's crazy? I do sometimes actually enjoy spending time with a woman, even if sex isn't involved. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I do enjoy a conversation with a woman more than I do with some of my homies. Because sometimes I'm like, man, y'all are so rough about how you think about shit that it's like not even cool to talk. Y'all just be like fronting about how you feel about shit. A woman is just like very open and honest and like, here's how I really feel. And I think women are more spiritually in tune than men, like naturally. You know what I'm saying? Do you pay attention to your spirituality? Like, do you focus on like your inner work and your inner self?
Yes, I do. I pay a lot of attention to energy as well. Like, I'm really adamant about who's around me, who I invest my time into. So, yeah.
How did you start developing that? Was that something that was always in you to know, like, okay, let me really read somebody? Or is it like, did your mom or somebody help guide you with that?
Yes, my family did help guide me with that. When I was young, do you know what discernment is? Like, it's like just to know the spirit to discern what's good for you, what's not good for you. Okay, I shouldn't go here because I feel like something bad is gonna happen. Like that intuition. Like, so I've always had that, I feel like. But as I got older and started being around people, having friends that weren't really good for me as well, that's when I started getting more on it. Like, I gotta really watch my back, who I'm around, and who I give my time to. So.
Yeah, right. Like sometimes we go through life without realizing we have to make certain changes and adding and removing certain things from our life, whether it's people or a job or a situation that you're in.
Yeah.
And you're just so used to it that it's hard to imagine life without it, but it's actually a better thing without it. Or it could be a better thing if you add or do different things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have great intuition is what you're saying. Like you naturally have good intuition.
I think so. I think so. You know.
You got to look at how many stupid decisions you made in your life. And then be like, all right, is this actually working? Like, is my intuition actually good? So do you feel like you made more stupid decisions in life or right decisions in life?
I feel like it's a balance. It's a balance. But now I'm to the point where I kind of like, okay, I shouldn't do that. I think about it.
What was your most significant time on stage?
Oh, when I went to New York. I performed with MajorStage.
Yes. And
I had a ton of fun there. That was an amazing show. You did the sound check. It was like the real deal. So I feel like that was my first real show.
Is that when you opened up for Glorilla, or is that a different time?
No, that was a different time.
Okay, well, let's start with this one first, with the New York show. Like, how did that go, and who did you get to meet, and how was the performance?
The performance was good. We did a 15-minute set. I got to meet a couple of artists. My favorite was Uriah. Very different sound, like almost like Afrobeat, Renegades, something like that. But I feel like out of all the performances of the people that I've seen perform, I really like gravitated towards him. They were all good, but he was dope.
How was the audience reaction for you?
They were screaming and happy. They were happy. I don't know why I always do that when I talk about myself, but they were happy.
Yeah, because it must feel like, damn, people are fucking with me. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Now, when you're doing that, is that your first big show, like on being on a big stage? Was that your first time in New York, actually being like on a stage that big?
Yes. Crazy. First time in New York.
Do you feel like it's something that's going to be, now that you've accomplished that, it's easier to perform at more venues, or because you already did something so big, or does it not make a difference?
I feel like it's easier. It's easier to perform at other venues.
You get butterflies?
Ooh, I used to bad. Like, you can hear the nervousness on stage, and you'd be like, okay, she's nervous. But for some reason, when I went to New York, you couldn't hear it. And I was like very proud of myself. That's when I really shook my nerves. I feel like that was the first time in New York. Because I was like, okay, if you want it, you got to like go out there. Don't show you nervous. Just do it. Use the butterflies. How
are you with your friends or people around you critiquing or helping you? Like, are you good at receiving information and adjusting, or are you more like, I know what I'm doing, I got this?
Oh yeah, I'm good at listening. They'll tell me in a minute, like, I think you should do this. You should do it this way. And if I disagree, of course, I'd be like, okay, how about we do it this way? But I think they never steer me wrong. So, yeah.
What was it like opening up for Glorilla?
It was fun. It was really cool.
Walk us through the experience.
Say it again.
Walk us through the experience, like the show and everything.
Well, I would say it was a ton of artists that performed that day. So I was the first one to go on. So I would say it was fun, but it was pretty quick. So I only did like probably 2 songs. I enjoyed the experience though.
Yeah, because sometimes with these shows they just like it's next artist, next artist, next artist. It just feels like you're almost a machine. Like okay, I gotta do your role and get out. Have you hosted your own show before? Like where it's just you're the main, or you're headlining your own show?
No, but I will be next month.
Really? When's do you have the date?
September 2nd.
Cool. Where's it at?
So it's going to be at a private location.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I invited, bro? Me, Nick,
yeah. Are you going to come?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Do you know who Queen Michelle is?
No.
She was one of the first people that she did like her own show that I went to. It was like in a basement or something. It was really cool because it was very intimate. It was just her friends and family and people that cared. It was like 50 people, and we just got to watch a projector screen of her music videos while her music was playing at the same time. And I was like, this is a really cool way to experience somebody's music, like when it's people that care about you and stuff like that. And the vibes and energy are really good. Is that how you're kind of planning to do it, or is it going to be like ticket sales, or how does that work? Yeah,
so I'm planning. It's going to be intimate, so very limited people will be coming. So. Yeah, I would love to have you guys there. Yeah.
Cool, yeah, pull up.
I feel like intimate shows make your supporters know you more. You get to have that real bonding moment with them.
What's been the best experience for you out of everything you've done so far in your career?
Seeing the reactions and knowing that, okay, my music, people really gravitate towards my music. They tell me, oh, your song helped me through a breakup. It helped me. That is rewarding, because when I wrote Appreciate Me, was going through a breakup.
Damn.
So I was like, okay, they're receiving everything just how I want them to.
Man, breakup sucks.
Yeah.
No matter what, right? No matter which side you're on, if you broke up with the person and they broke up with you, it sucks, right?
Yep.
Were you with the breakupper, or were you the one broken up with?
I broke up the first time.
Damn.
Then the second time, they broke up with me.
How long was the first breakup between getting back together?
I was actually just graduating high school. So we broke up 11th grade, end of 11th grade, and then graduated from high school. Okay, I want to be back together. Okay. Then broke up with me.
Damn. What was the reason for breaking up?
It was another girl involved.
Damn.
It's always some other girl.
Cheating?
It's always some other girl.
So you cheated on? Or were you cheating on?
Oh
snap.
No, I don't cheat.
Me neither.
You don't cheat. I can't do it.
Yeah. So your songs are based on real life experience.
Yes.
And like, damn, that's crazy. See, now everybody needs to go listen to it because it's real life. Real life stories are the best stories. You never cheat, right? It's not even in your mind to cheat.
I can't do it because I feel like karma, that's gonna come back on you, and I don't want no karma. I just don't want it.
So the only reason you don't cheat is because of karma.
Yes, and 2, I won't want nobody cheating on me. 3, there's a lot of diseases out here. Why? Just why? If you don't want to be with me, just leave me alone, please.
Right. I think the only reason I don't cheat, which is selfish, is that I feel too guilty. I'd probably feel too guilty. Well, because I never cheated in my life. I had like 8. If you collect all of my relationships together, it was about 8 years of relationships. Never cheated once because of how guilty I knew I would feel. One time I broke up with my girlfriend and I cheated on her and got back together with her.
Oh no!
This was like 2014 or something like that. And I remember when we got back together, I felt guilty for like 6 months straight. And then I finally told her, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, son, when we broke up, I cheated on you with this girl. And after that, the relationship just fizzled out, like over time. Like,
why?
Yeah. Listen, I didn't know we were gonna get back together. I think sometimes when you break up, you'll like go sleep with somebody else just so you can officialize the fact that your past relationship's over. But then sometimes it's not over. And it's like you go back into it. And it's like your partner asks you, did you sleep with anybody while we were broken up?
Okay, I feel like now that it shouldn't matter.
Really?
We're not together. I do feel that way. It should not cause any issues when we get back together. We're not together.
Yeah, but it does.
I understand though. I get why it do, but
look, on paper, if you break up with your girlfriend or boyfriend and then you sleep with somebody else and then you guys end up getting back together, on paper, it shouldn't make any sense to be mad at that person or upset.
Yeah.
But something inside of you goes like, wait a minute. So I didn't mean enough to you that you could have just waited out your pain for me or waited out the heartbreak for me before you went to see somebody else. Like you just went to jump right away into seeing somebody else. That shows me you didn't really love me that much.
Yeah.
Now it could be wrong, but that's how I feel. Therefore, it's over.
Sometimes people can love you so much and still do you wrong or you still do you dirty. So that's why I feel like, hey, it shouldn't matter.
All right.
But I understand why. Like I said, I understand why.
Now with the future music that you got coming out and everything like that, do you have unreleased singles with features on it or anything like that? Do you have songs that people might want to know who the people on these songs are or anything like that? Secretive?
Yes, but I can't tell those yet. But I can tell you one that's coming out with Kayla One. Don't run. So
tell me.
That's coming out really, really soon. Actually, this month.
Cool.
So
you can't tell us about these other features that are.
I told you about Asaka.
Okay, that's cool. Okay. Now with the tapes and projects or anything like that, is there anything that you're putting together this year or anything like that, where it's going to be like a whole list of songs coming out or anything like that?
Well, if it's not this year, it's going to be the top of next year.
Are you going to do like an album or a tape?
I'm going to do like a tape.
Okay.
It's going to be called The Story Is Not Over.
Ooh. Is this like a play on like the songs like you already made, or is this like a whole new concept?
And about like, after life after the baby, my baby.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna have some songs on there for her, and then how life was with me and her father, how that ended, and then me just finding myself again, and then finding love out of love, Yeah.
Cool. Is there anything you want to talk about before we close out?
My single "Don't Run" is out. Music video, single. Go cop that. Go listen to it. Stream. Yeah, featuring Kayla One.
Cool. Appreciate you being a part of this. It was very fun, very informative. I think you're like one of the first, like probably the third artist here from Pontiac.
Ooh.
So you're in the 1 percentile. Thanks for being a part of this. We're at Parallel Sound Studio, High Level Visual Shootings Productions. We're out.
Thank you for having me.
Very, very